Hi everyone, my name is Devita Filia with NPM 2341111 and 5 from Class Management 23A. Okay, in this video, I will explain about the material is Introduction to International Business in International Business. Okay, let's see guys. Definition of international business. International business refers to economic activities conducted by individuals or companies that involve more than one country, whether through the trade of goods and services, export and import, or investment such as establishing branch or companies abroad. These activities enable companies to expand their market, access research more efficiently, and increase profit. However, international business is more complex than domestic business because it involves navigating cultural, linguistic, and regulatory differences as well as varying economic and political conditions in each country. Scope of international business. International trade, export and import. International trade encompasses export activities, selling goods or services abroad, and import activities, purchasing from abroad. These activities enable countries or companies to meet needs that are not available domestically and to expand their market. Foreign direct investment (FDI). FDI is the investment of capital by a company or individual from one country into another. For example, by building a factory or opening a branch office, the goal is to generate long-term profit while expanding business operations. And multinational corporation. Multinational corporations are companies that operate in more than one country and have their headquarters in a single home country. They conduct production, marketing, or distribution activities globally to reach international markets. And the last, global strategic alliance. Global strategic alliance are collaboration between two or more companies from different countries to achieve common goals, such as sharing technology, research, or market. This can take the form of joint venture, partnership, or other business collaboration. Difference between domestic and international business. Market scope. Domestic business operates within a single country with a limited market scope, whereas international business reaches many countries, giving them a much broader and more diverse market. Regulation and laws. Domestic business are subject only to the laws of a single country, while international business must comply with various regulations from different countries, including trade, police, tax, and licensing requirements. And cultural difference. In domestic business, cultural differences are relatively minor because they occur within a single social environment, whereas international business faces differences in language, values, customs, and communication style that can influence how business is conducted. And the last, more complex rights. Domestic business faces simpler rights, where international business faces more complex rights such as exchange rate fluctuation, political instability, and differing economic conditions between countries. Benefit of international business. 1. Expanding the market. International business allows companies to reach consumers in various countries, so they are not solely dependent on the domestic market. This opens up opportunities for increased sales and business growth, and 2. Increasing profit. With a broader market and potentially more efficient production costs in certain countries, companies can potentially earn higher profit than if they operate solely within their home country. And 3. Access to global research. Companies can leverage research from the various countries such as raw materials, labor, and technology that might be cheaper or of higher quality, and the last risks diversification. By operating in multiple countries, companies can reduce the risk of loss by not relying on a single market. If one market experiences a downturn, other market can support business performance. Theory of international trade: absolute advantage. This theory states that a country has an advantage if it can produce goods or services at a lower cost or with higher quality than other countries. That country shall focus on producing the good in which it has advantage and exchange them for products from other countries, and comparative advantage. This theory explains that even if a country does not possess an absolute advantage, it can still benefit from trade by specializing in products with the lowest opportunity cost. In other words, each country focuses on what it can produce most efficiently relative to other products. And the last, Hexaker-Ohlin. This theory emphasizes that international trade occurs due to difference in the availability of factors of production, such as labor, capital, and natural resources. Among countries, a country will export goods that utilize factors production that are abundant in the own country and import goods for which its factors or production are limited. Market entry strategy. Export. Export are a strategy for entering international market by selling products to other countries without having to establish operation there. This method is relatively easy and low risk, so it often serves as the first step for companies looking to go international. And two, licensing. Licensing involves granting permission to a company in another country to use a brand, technology, or business system in exchange for a specific payment, royalties. This strategy allows for expansion without significant investment, but control over quality and operation becomes more limited. And three, joint venture. A joint venture is a collaboration between two companies from different countries to establish a joint business. Its main advantage includes sharing rights and research as well as leveraging the local knowledge of the partner. And the last, direct investment. Direct investment (FDI) is a strategy involving establishing or owning a company abroad, such as setting up or branch, although it requires substantial capital and carries risks. This strategy provides full control over operation and potential for long-term profit. Example of global companies. Example of global companies include e-commerce and technology firms that operate across national borders, such as Shopee, Amazon, and Alibaba Group. These companies conduct business in various countries by leveraging digital technology to reach global markets, providing e-commerce platform and integrating payment and logistics systems. Their success demonstrates how international business can grow rapidly through global expansion strategies and the use of technology. Conclusion: international business is an increasingly important activity in the era of globalization, as it enables companies to expand their market, increase profit, and utilize resources more efficiently across various countries. While it offers many opportunities, international business also faces challenges such as cultural difference, regulation, and more complex risks. Therefore, companies need to understand international trade theory, choose the right market entry strategies, and be able to adapt to the global environment in order to compete and grow sustainability. Therefore, companies need to understand international trade theory, choose the right market entry strategies, and be able to adapt to the global environment in order to compete and grow sustainability. Okay, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.